I have a feeling that when she unveils her puppies to the world, she's going to suddenly become world famous. I'm not quite sure how it's going to happen, but I have a feeling that she's planning something.
Yeah.
The eco-warriors in Britain are organising our Noah's Ark campaign, which is a massive worldwide publicity campaign to stop global warming and save the human race from being driven to extinction this century as a result of the burning of fossil fuels. We are friends of the Pacific warriors who are fighting to save their island nations in the South Pacific from vanishing beneath the rising sea levels as global warming floods their world. The eco-warriors' modern-day version of Noah's Ark will be the travelling school for eco-warriors, publishing and broadcasting the truth about the danger of global warming, which threatens to wipe out all life on Earth, including the human race. The burning of fossil fuels is causing climate change, and Earth's temperatures are increasing, melting the polar ice caps and raising the sea levels, threatening worldwide flooding, which will kill billions of people, according to United Nations scientists. The melting methane hydrate gas in the polar regions threatens an ecological cataclysm that will make the Earth completely uninhabitable within 20 years, and humanity is facing extinction. The eco-warriors are attempting to change the future and ensure the survival of future generations by offering our solutions to the global environmental crisis. The only possible answer to stop global warming will be for the whole world to stop the burning of fossil fuels and to close down the fossil fuel industries, which are causing global warming and climate change. To help stop the imminent genocide of humanity that is being caused by the capitalist Bilderberg group of banks, corporations and governments that are destroying the planet and wiping out all life on Earth, the eco-warriors are offering the people of the world our reality TV show for the children, which is entitled, Can You Save the Human Race?
There's only like £1,000 fine. If there's a house in your tree back garden, you're an individual person, like you're me. You don't really want to treat that £1,000
They lost
leave it there. But with these people,
this time last week I was watching them win 1-0 at Stoke, so they were banned. They were banned.
Cat next to them, they're not allowed to knock down.
They weren't good.
Yeah, and it's all Saturday.
They're probably this a bit.
That's what we do. You're from the campus now. All right. Just as maybe not everyone knows, we have to camp at the moment. This camp, and on the other side, to prevent them to work, to chopping down trees. This is the third stand of the third street, maybe the kind of occupation. And now we have a court case, which is maybe this is the fact. This is what I can say.
Right. We had one oak tree that they took the TPO off of, but they've now reinstated it. I don't know quite why. You could take it off. There's only, according to what I've read, TPO can only be taken off if the tree is diseased, dying, or dead. Or if as in the case of London and Quadrant, they apply through the courts to have the TPO taken off. Is that what they did?
What, the one that was
Well, they had TPO on every single tree on that site. Yes.
But they were all...
No, there was all beings 50 years old. Sycamore old. Yes. Which you're guarding in effect.
The big
yes,
one.
The big one.
Why was it taken?
Because they put in a court order for it to be taken. Because L&Q. Because they want to build a house where it is.
Oh, for it to be taken?
Yes, yes. Well, Enfield Council have put it.
That should have been dealt with before the application was
Of course it
the year before.
I set up Cat Hill protest page, and then this lot, yes, and this lot set up a Cat Hill protest group as well.
Website. It's a website.
Oh yeah, the link's broken. I've got to get it fixed.
Oh right, yes, because it's the map there. It shows somewhere completely different.
Yes, no, I've got to get. I've got a friend who's a computer whiz, but he's been so busy. But he has said he'll repair the link for me. Apparently, I don't understand. Something to do with the link, so people can't actually always access it.
Right, not here.
Still come and sit with us for a little while.
Yeah,
Oh, you finished it.
Well, we're sort of doing questions and answers now.
oh yes, I know.
Have you
Television.
got anything you'd like to
Well, I don't watch ITV.
But you know where the garages are?
Rather than people that had
At the
important
bottom.
points to make. What do you mean by the?
Yeah, well, there's a little gap at the end of the garages. You can barely get through. I lived in this area 40 years. I didn't know the trees up in the forest. I haven't had that. They've not installed that yet.
It's scheduled.
And that goes right the way along. The trees go right the way along. There's a whole screen of them right up to here. And it hasn't gone yet.
Well, Enfield's in such disarray that we can't get this. David Barrows. No, he's too busy trying to save the town.
You got any ideas, any lawyers, you know?
Hello.
Can't remember now.
I think that's quite a lot to think about because I haven't been there before and I've been listening to it again.
Greetings again. Yes, the Balkan Massive. Sylvia Fox and Becky and a few others are coming tomorrow as well.
Sorry, so there's a bit of a gap at the moment with no cans. What? There's a bit of a gap with no cans because there's not
Really? That's right. That's why they're
Oh, nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet you. I'm a friend of mine. Thought I'd come up and because I'm press as well.
Oh, right,
So
okay.
I can get some stuff out.
Well, the more,
online.
yes, the more publicity the better.
Exactly, that's what I thought. So I thought, well, I'll come up and get some pics and get the word out.
Thing.
Well,
Trying to get friends to dig a tunnel. I mean, that would be, well, make
Finally, I know you want.
Before that was
Well, I do, but I use it to watch movies and make my computer. Yeah, I've
Done everything I needed to do.
I don't understand it, but whatever.
Just the whole line.
I say, right,
As we get older, I think people need for one occasion, you're limited then. You need that type of lifestyle. You've got a white fan, haven't you, on the ceiling? 5 inch.
Kim, we're about 6 to 10 next. I think what I'm going to do is walk down and settle that up before it gets dark.
Yeah? You're going to shut. Oh, there you go. Maggie's going to take. No, I'm going to go home in about half an hour.
Okay.
So, you know where I am in the morning. Give me a knock whenever. Yes?
See you down there in a minute.
Well, as long as
You're
it's
going down
after 9. My husband
Can I?
sleeps without 9. And then you can...
Well, do you want to just send me a text in the morning when it's convenient?
Yeah, all right.
I'll do that.
To try something.
Yeah, sure.
So we were just about to find
Oh, no, don't be scared. I'm just trying to find a glass, a cup.
So 4 cups.
Explain. Basically,
He disappeared from something. He was nursing. We'll have to come up. We'll probably bring him up soon.
Okay, are you the photographer for the day?
Okay.
Are you from a local paper?
that in itself.
No. Just coming up here. Show support.
We need to set up this paper now so you get travelling going.
Do you need money to get back, or are you going to be alright? Because I'll go to the bank for you. You sure? Alright. I did offer 3 times now to pay. Alright, well if you change your mind. Alright, have a good night. I'll see you, I'll text you in the morning then. Brilliant. Good night. See you later.
I've got it all. Where's your lollipop?
Like a machine that drives itself, and it's like throwing a proper spanner into that. What only doing cycling or less with.
Miss Lollipop lady.
So you've got no intention of leaving when they say. Because people are not going to want to be near it.
But didn't use it. Literally, my mom's like, we've got a house, what do we do with this? So she built a suspender and we slept in the garden.
You need to take your bag off.
You do it sideways. I think so.
You have to do it sideways.
Here you go.
That's a lot of dirt.
Sorry?
That's a lot of dirt.
Yeah, well that's where they've knocked all the buildings down. And they're cutting the trees as well.
We're in someone's tent. Someone's
No, this is the communal area, Claire.
Wow.
That's a nice name, Claire.
No, this bit is okay. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard that name quite a bit lately.
I'm supposed to stay in. It's a big one.
okay, so probably
Is that one?
Then, yeah.
Okay.
And a pesca.
I know we have met before, but anyway, so Silver Fox, yeah, I can't tell you who I am because the police are after me. Anyway, that's about it, I guess. Tell me all about yourself.
Who are you?
Who am I? Yeah. I'm a legal observer.
Are you? Oh,
yes,
okay.
but I'm making a documentary, you see, of the campaign. It's like a comedy show.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a reality TV show for the children.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Can You Save the Human Race?
Yeah.
The Grannies Are Revolting. So that's what it's about, you see, it's about this campaign.
Yeah.
And you've turned up and you're the latest character.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Well, I'm Andrew Dismore.
Right.
The London Assembly member from the Labour Party for Barnet and Camden.
Yes.
And I've been involved in this campaign for a couple of years now, I guess. And I just come along to see what's happening today.
Well, would you like to come in?
I can't work out how to get through, but yeah.
Well,
okay.
we're having training day, Eco Warrior training day.
Yeah.
The first training is how to jump fences.
I'm not jumping over this.
Oh,
no.
okay. Well, then, if you like, you can walk round. I can show you how to.
Yeah.
I mean, how did you get in? Did you come and pass the garages?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good start.
Yeah.
And what you've done is you've taken a slightly wrong turning.
Slightly wrong turning. All right. Okay. How many people are here?
There's me.
Just you?
Well, I mean, unless the others are, I mean, this is Jedi, I think, isn't it, today? Jedi training, so they might be invisible.
Oh, I see.
Or they might be coming later.
Yeah.
Did you see the newt pond?
I've seen it before.
Oh, you have? Yeah, it's got worse.
Yeah.
They're degrading it, you know, they're draining it or something. They're making it look like a swamp. But anyway, I think the best thing would be if you sort of go back a little bit. I mean, I'll guide you.
Yeah, okay.
You head to the right. No, to your. Follow me.
Right.
Follow the way I'm going.
Okay.
And eventually you'll get there. In fact, I'll come out and see you.
Oh, right. I see. Yeah. It looked continuous from further down that fence.
Yeah, it's all a bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
This is the newt fence that's supposed to enable them to trap the newts.
So this is the fence put up by the developers?
Yes.
To catch the newts?
That's right. And
Sure,
these little pots are supposed to,
for the newts to swim in?
they're supposed to fall into, it's like a trap.
Is it?
The newts are supposed to fall into that, and and then they pick them out and tag them and chip them.
Doesn't look very effective.
No,
It's not much of a pond, is it?
well, if you like, you can. Do you think you can jump the fence?
What,
I
this
mean,
one?
the newt fence.
I
Yes.
can get over this one. Yeah.
That's the next step in the eco warrior training.
All right. Climbing over a newt fence.
Yes, that's it.
All right. Okay.
And then you come this way towards the camp.
Yeah. Okay.
Admiring it as you go.
Well, admiring maybe slightly overstating it. Well, take me back to my Sea Scout days.
Are you going to be Prime Minister?
Takes me back to my days in the Sea Scouts camping out like this. That's a long time ago.
Well, this is the communal area. This is the like the kitchen, and where people sit and have a campfire. And that's a tent. I suppose you know what a tent looks like. And then if you like, you can go through there and you can see the that's where the enemy
I see,
destroys the world. They're not allowed to do it today because there's laws in this country.
Yeah, about something like that. Must be very noisy when they get going. Well, I noticed because I've been here before.
It wakes people up in the morning, which is very, I mean, it should be illegal, really.
Yeah. So what are we going to do with that town? Blow it up?
I think they're going to blow it up, yes. And the local people, a lot of them are now selling their houses and moving out, and the rest of them are leaving their houses and go somewhere else because they can't stand all the noise and the dust and the pollution.
I've spoken to a few of them already.
Oh, so you know about it?
Oh, I know quite a bit about it. No, I've been campaigning this for a couple of years since I got elected in 2012.
Elected to
the London Assembly.
That's the
Great London Authority, part of.
Oh,
Boris Johnson is answerable to us.
Okay, right. That's very interesting. I don't know. Would you like to meet? No. Oh, he seems to be on the phone.
This is well set up here. How long have you been here?
I think it's a few weeks now. We set the camp up at it's called the Cat Hill Community Protection Camp, and we have a little camp at the front.
I know about the one at the front.
Right, and this one, and this no. She's still busy. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Well,
what's going up here? You growing your own veg?
Little vegetable garden, guerrilla gardening it's called, where you plant vegetables and fruit and grow things basically where other people are destroying things. Mo, this gentleman is a member of the Greater London Assembly.
Hello.
He's a politician. His name is Andrew Dismore. I believe he's on our side.
I am. You don't have to believe I am.
Well, all right. Yeah. Sorry.
Later.
I'm not very good at this, but maybe if you chat to him, then I'll film the two of you, and then would you like to do that?
Yeah, so you're from...
I'm the London Assembly member for Barnet and Camden.
Okay, and that job role entails what?
Well, Boris Johnson is answerable to the London Assembly, so we deal with strategic things in London, basically. But this is just right on the very edge of my Assembly constituency. So.
Yeah, because you've got the border thing, so we quite often have people come from one side and then another. And they don't seem to talk either. There doesn't seem to be much communication between the two.
Yeah. But so you're camping out here?
Yep.
How long have you been here?
This time round since yesterday.
Yeah. And when did you start?
Before the camp was here. Yeah. I've taken an interest in it for.
Well, I've been following it for a couple of years since I got in the assembly. But how long have you been camping out altogether?
I don't know. On and off. I've been here about 4 times.
Yeah. When did it start on this bit?
I'm not quite sure actually. Is it? They started camping about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's about that. I mean, we lose track of time very easily. This is Shambhala. This is the ancient legendary site of the secret knowledge of the Tibetans, It's also known as Shangri-La, and we're revealing this to the world now, and hoping to bring in the spiritual people who will help to create an awakening on the planet. But that's enough about me. Tell us more about yourself.
What do you want to know?
I don't know. I mean, I only work here.
For being here?
Oh, well, to find out what's going on, show my support for the campaign, which I've been here quite a few times. Not in this particular bit, but on the main road.
Okay, and
I'm working with Kim.
What are you going to report back to? Who are you reporting back to, and what are you going to do to help?
No one really to report back to, unfortunately. You know, I mean, I was lobbying against the planning consent in the first place, but really trying to keep an eye on what's going on, and then if Kim reports things to us, to try and back her up with, you know, what we call natural and those sort of people who don't seem to be doing very much about it.
Yeah, because you've got like the charity groups and, you know, endangered species groups, when they're, quite often I find this on several environmental issue sites, that these people get contacted and they don't step up to the mark.
No, well, we've had I mean, I'm more from the western side of the borough, and we've had 2 or 3 big issues over there, or more than 2 or 3 actually. We've just seen the developers off on an area of 14 acres they want to build on next to the Mill Hill Cemetery over there. They want to build a 75-metre diameter mausoleum, 10 metres high, on land that's not been developed since before the war. And a lot of wildlife there. We've just seen them off for now. I'm sure they'll be back, but we've done that one.
You know, I mean, it's just something has to be done about the laws and stuff, because all these acts that are coming in, you know, it's just destroying woodlands. I think we lost about 80% of woodlands in the UK, you know. And they're going to cut down 500-year-old oak trees.
No, well, that's
I mean, if these go, we won't see another one like that for another 500 years if we leave them alone.
Yeah, the sort of trees that Nelson relied on.
Well,
Building ships.
Kim's talked about some of the history and the people have been on this land. You know, it's a historic site. There's endangered species. The bats are gone. The newts are dead. And the fact that it used to be educational land. So how can they override that? It should be for education. They're building.
You don't argue with me, because I'm not arguing with you about
houses.
that. Yeah. And so that's what I just told you about. And then we've got another big greenbelt issue where they want to build a golf course on one of the farms in Edgware. We've seen that one off for the time being.
Well, golf courses take up much of the common land now, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this one they wanted to do, I think primarily it was going to be a landfill job, and I worked out the amount of landfill they were going to dump on it was 10 times the volume of the wall of the Colosseum in Rome, which is rather a lot. But it didn't sound a lot to me anyway. Not quite as much as the pyramids, but it was quite a lot.
I'd like to see sort of more laws change. The fact that all these trees are supposed to have TPOs on them. Right, how can a council, a London quadrant, get that taken off? If there's a TPO, they should remain there. So.
Yeah, well, I'll say there's I'm very into trying to protect the greenbelt land. You know, partly this is a brownfield site, which isn't quite so easy, but. You know, we've got a problem down on the Welsh Harp as well with the council in Barnet.
What about this park? This is different to that, isn't it? This is a nature reserve at the back. Yeah, well, this is exactly the same as the one where they want to build a mausoleum. I think it's exactly the same status. But so we've seen that off the time being. And then over in Welsh Harp, we've got a big campaign going over there because the council want to build 28-storey tower blocks as far from the edge of Welsh Harp as that fence is. And that was going to be really devastating for the wildlife.
What's your position on global warming?
It exists. Yeah. What else do you want to know? I believe in global warming, yes. Yeah.
You believe in it? Are you aware that there's a lot of scientists who are saying that it is so dangerous now that all life on this planet is threatened with extinction within 20 years?
Well, I certainly don't know that. I haven't read that. But I know that if the sea temperature goes up a couple of degrees, which looks increasingly inevitable, then a lot of the island nations in the Pacific are going to cease to exist because they'll be overwashed. And similarly, I think our coastline...
We've been dumping stuff in the sea since the war.
And the coastline around Britain will change dramatically as well, unless they spend a fortune on sea defences, which they're not going to do. I mean, originally I come from East Yorkshire. I've been in London for the last 40 years, no, not quite 40 years. And I see the erosion of the coast already, just south of where I come from, along the Holderness, shore. And
do you know about
and Spurn Point as well is going to be cut off before long.
Do you know about the methane that's melting in the polar regions?
I know about the polar ice melting, yeah.
No, the methane. I'm talking about the methane hydrate gas.
I don't know that. I'm not a scientist, so
you don't have to be a scientist.
I don't know about that, I'm afraid. But I do know there is a real threat to the ice caps, and you see this with the way that the glaciers are melting. You know, I've been to Iceland a little while ago now, and you see the glaciers melting.
Well, the Methane Emergency Group of concerned scientists and Professor Guy McPherson claim that the methane that's melting in the polar regions will turn the atmosphere like Venus within 20 years, and we'll have methane instead of oxygen, and that will wipe out all life on Earth. And they say that this is happening, will happen, and it's virtually impossible to stop it.
Well, I say I don't know about that, so I'd have to read about that, and so I'm not going to comment on that further because I don't know.
No, are you prepared to check it out?
Well, I'd read a lot of stuff on this. When I used to be an MP before, and read a lot of stuff about global warming and stuff like that. But you know, I'm more concerned about what's going on here and now, and it's very serious. So,
do you connect the destruction of wildlife habitats with global warming?
Not necessarily. They are all impacts on the environment, but at different levels and different ways. You know, I think that if you're combating environmental degradation, you know, you've got to think to yourself, well, what can you as an individual do to try and stop it? And you work, you know, I think, and try and work locally, which is where you can make a difference as a local politician. Trying to deal with the great international things, then that's a bit beyond my pay grade, I'm afraid, as a politician. But certainly arguing about what's going on at a local level on the sites I've mentioned, that I know about in Barnet, for example, yeah, I'm very concerned about what's going on.
Would you be interested in coming to the court case where L&Q are trying to evict us from this site?
Well, I'll look at what the date is. If I can, I will, but my diary, I'm afraid, as a politician, is booked a long way ahead, and I may well have other things on.
Well, I'll give you a copy of the papers, which you can...
No, I can see it on the sort of the fence. You don't need to give me a copy.
You're welcome to have one if you want. And you might like to put in a witness statement, perhaps.
I don't think that's going to make much difference somehow.
No, but the difference it would make is that we are expecting massive publicity. Mm-hmm. We're expecting to have a lot of defendants in the court, and there is already a lot of interest from the newspapers and the television. Mm-hmm. And the more publicity we get, we believe that will help our case. So everybody that is supporting this campaign is invited to get involved. And that's why I'm making that invitation to you.
Okay. Well, I will with Kim about what's going on about that. Okay. Anyway,
thank you very much.
I've got to get going. Hope you get something useful out of that little film.
Well, this is a documentary, and as I say, London Live are interested in broadcasting it, so we will see what happens.
Let's see if I find my way out now.
Well, would you like me to show you?
Over the newt fence.
Are you sure you don't want to stay for the...
No, I've got to get going, I'm afraid. I already have things on today which I've sort of come away from, and I need to go back to.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Okay.
I'll show you out if you like.
I've gone the wrong way around here, aren't I?
Well, as part of the training is to see if people can...
find a way out.
Yeah.
I thought the idea was not to have people getting out, just getting in.
Get them in and not let them out again. Yeah. Well, that's Shangri-La, you see. I'm not well up on the whole story, but as I understand, Shangri-La is where you don't grow old.
Yeah, well... Is that the story, Shangri-La?
I think so. There's probably more to it than that. But this is it, you see. This is the legendary community of spiritual beings who are helping the human race to evolve in consciousness. And the purpose, of course, is to save humanity from being driven to extinction by the burning of fossil fuels.
Morning.
Good morning, my dear. I'm just showing the local politician out, so...
The local politician?
Well, I'm an assembly member, so
Nice to meet
I met you up at the other end.
Well, we saw each other,
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Hello. There's some breakfast up there for you.
Thank you
if
very
you want.
much. Thank you.
It's on the table.
Anyway, I'm all right from here.
Okay.
I'm away from here.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Pleasure meeting you. Hello.
You're going to make the
Sorry?
it's not actually
Hello.
No,
Nice to meet you.
invitation to Tim or
Well, I don't know, just... Oh, sorry.
I'd like you to not do that.
Yeah, okay, I'm just trying to get... Hello.
Hello.
I'll see you again.
Yeah, we've we're at the back, you know, and Kim was just got a message from Kim saying that you know, she was wondering when
Went to see the pups.
well
Come on, we haven't seen the pups yet.
yeah, but hello.
I really would like to be asked before
When you've been here all on your own all those weeks, you've got a few friends coming now, haven't we?
Well, I've got a few people complaining now about me filming, but I mean, what are they doing if they don't want to be part of the show?
Anybody that knows anything about the training that I can
This land was never to be sold to the local authority. So how the hell did Enfield get their hands on it? So I'm going down to Oxford next week to the trust that sold the land in the hope that they've got copies of it. It's the only thing I've got left for them. So I'll let you know.
I've got a query about training. There's some of us have come a long way and we're interested in the training that you're putting on.
Not me.
I just don't know who to ask.
What are you looking for?
For someone who's organising the training.
He's on his way. He's not here yet.
Okay.
Well,
He's bringing a lot of people with him.
Right, so is this the meeting point or in the camp? Thank you. Let's go.
Anyway, we won the mausoleum on over in there.
Yes, I did see.
Good time being,
You know what,
anyway.
I see it, I think, oh, well done, but I'm so busy with this, I don't even have time to send you an
That was
email.
a good campaign, sold them off.
Well, we've got to
So
see
they'll be
these
back.
off now,
So they'll
Andrew.
Michelle will be back.
Yes, right, they're all heading down for their training now.
Okay, anyway, I'll pick up. Nice to see you again.
See you again. Take
Keep in
care.
touch.
Yeah, will do. Bye.
Thanks very much.
Thanks so much. Did I get a straw and sit here and drink it?
We might try and get back later.
We'll be
Into me.
No, for the camera. This is for Alan.
Oh, don't. Oh, my God. Just knocked you over the hand, didn't it, Dave?
Had a good digi spell then. Oh, hot and bothered. Well done, Michelle.
See you later.
Take care.
Thanks for coming.
Are you're not coming to the back then?
Not today, possibly tomorrow.
I won't be around tomorrow. You know,
Oh yeah.
well, I can be up there in the morning.
Yeah, well,
Give me a ring if you're on your way.
yeah, if we can't get up later on, we'll come back tomorrow.
Enough people know us now anyway.
Yeah, you'll be all right.
You'll let us in, won't you?
Well, I think it's open, isn't it? Really, it's but you're always welcome.
Lovely.
you.
Right. See
In
you
where?
soon.
Where are we thinking coming?
I'm going
You
to
mean
come
the camp?
some to the other camp tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like a Swiss cheese.
Yep.
Yeah, there's holes all around it.
That's what I like. And I've got you some
I don't know
sunflowers.
who's up here?
Thank you.
I bought you some sunflowers. Brighten the place up.
Van Gogh.
Nick, do they need it? Jan's saying, do they need anything else down at the camp?
I don't know.
When she comes
more
tomorrow.
people, more people.
More people.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Donnie's bringing some.
Okay, let's see what we can do.
I can't bring people, but if you want anything else, let me know.
I will. Have a nice day. You
Bye.
two. Thank you very much. I'll get you some money.
Paid in full, kid.
So, are you coming to the training?
No, I'm not, Nick. I'm staying up here.
Oh, right. Okay.
Well, you need someone up here.
Yeah.
What are we going to learn at the training?
Yeah, I think I'd rather not. No, I mean, at the moment I'm worried because Donnie hasn't turned up and nothing's organised. Maggie's throwing a big wobbly. And we've got people who've turned up purely because the training was advertised. And there's no one down there doing it.
All right, well, I'll go and we'll just have sort of informal chats and...
Yeah, they've all headed down with Foxy, so...
Yeah.
And, you know, we need to keep him on side. Because where he goes, others will follow. You know that, Nick.
Okay, well, I'll go down there and...
all right.
Give them a little pep talk.
Go on then, off you go.
Okay.
And hide from the police, they're looking for you. Okay?
Oh dear, oh dear.
They've been up this morning, you're
Have
all right
they?
for an hour.
Oh great. All right, well I'll...
See you soon.
Bye-bye, take care.
Bye, Nick.
Common law. So, when you sort of research that and understand it, what you are as a sovereign being, then you can act quite confidently when you say, yeah, but is it okay not to give your name to the police? What it does, it gives you the confidence to know that, yes, absolutely I don't have to give my name to the police. Yeah? Because you understand who you are as a sovereign being. And, you know, you need to remember that every law, every statute, of which I think there is, somebody calculated there's like 93 million or 60 million laws if you actually totted them all up in this country. You know, how on earth are you supposed to know them all? You're not. So every day of your life you break the law in one way or another. You can't avoid it, you know? It's like, this is what I was saying about teaching. There's no way you can do teaching without breaking some sort of procedure or code of conduct. If they want to get you out of there, they'll get you out because they can pick you up on something and they'll just search the statute books. And it's the same with the law outside.
Is this transferable to other countries, what you're saying here, or is it going to be a different set of things to learn wherever you go?
Yeah, of course it is, because we are all sovereign beings. But that's the thing that the power elite have not wanted us to know.
It's translated. So if I went abroad and did something, I could do exactly.
Well, every country's got different laws, yeah.
You could, yeah, but the consequences are always going to be different, you know? If you go and live like that and said to the law enforcement, you know, in Guatemala or whatever, they'd shoot you straight away, you know? So, you know, again, we are quite fortunate in this country that we do have these kind of freedoms and that we're not going to be tortured and this, that and the other.
What I've noticed with the police though is they sort of, they put you into two groups. So they put you into like the harmless mother
they have all
protester,
different categories.
that's like, oh, I don't know about the law, and then if you're the sort of person that won't play their game, then they'll really punish you. Like they hate it because it's for them. In my experience, it's about power.
Yeah.
And if you don't accept their power, then I mean, you've seen it at Barton Moss. I mean, the abuse of power the aggression they force on protesters. And so I totally agree with you. But you take a risk by doing that.
That's what I was trying to say at the start, that you've got to be prepared to take the force that they will use.
Because they will take it out
they
on
will.
you.
Because that's the only thing they've got.
Their power. Yeah.
You've got to be prepared to be arrested.
Yeah.
Not that that's a positive, but sometimes it's a good thing when that happens, because that then immediately becomes your defence.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've had a few friends, not in this country, and I won't go into the details, but that came off entirely because they said no comment. Police got violent, and then when it turned up in court, they simply stated they were assaulted by the police. End of case, they thrown out. So,
well, yes.
So I mean, that's obviously not what one wants.
No.
But if it goes that way, then you don't have to worry about whatever happened before that.
Yeah. Because again, you know, we said protesters, your adrenaline's running, it's a highly volatile emotional situation. Well, don't forget, it's the same for the police. And usually, in the way they've been briefed, is to wind them up and get the testosterone flowing and the adrenaline. So they're going into the situation quite wound up. and ready for a fight. So, you know, they can be easily drawn into using force that a calm, quiet court will decide was wrong. So yeah, again, this is the purpose of being a legal observer, is to write all this down, so that if it does go to court, in the calm and quietness of the situation, you can relate what happened. I suppose just to sort of finish, when we're talking about, you know, what you can and cannot do, what is lawful, what is legal or illegal, like I said at the beginning, you've got to remember you can only be bound by those laws if you give them your jurisdiction. The enforcement of laws and statutes that are made in Parliament, etc., a lot of them which are good, don't get me wrong, the enforcement of them can only be done with your consent, and if it's not with your consent, they will use force. All right, but every law, it's like the example I always give, and this is something I used to say in school to kids, you know, there's got to be rules. It might seem sort of hypocritical thing to say there. There's got to be some rules, you know. You can't all get up in the morning and everyone decide for themselves which side of the road they're going to drive on. You know, that would, if not chaotic, it would be result in death, you know.
They do it in India.
But
I don't like this side, I'm going on that side. It's like,
so in a sense, there does have to be somebody to say, right, we're going to drive on the left. But just think about it, we're the only country, or virtually the only country, that drives on the left. You go to another country and their laws are different.
Australia, Malaysia,
yeah,
they drive on the left.
So in other words, laws are completely arbitrary. They're completely made up. And deciding which side of the road to drive on is exactly the same statute, has the same sort of legal standing as any other statute or law that Parliament writes.
Like it's more like an agreement.
It is, but you've got to agree. So all laws and statutes.
Utilitarian. It's like for the greater good and the greater number, to make sure that everybody drives on the same side of the road.
So by and far, you know, I'd like to think that probably I agree with at least 50% of the laws of this country, and I'll quite happily follow them, you know. But, and this is a sort of a whole issue, that you have the right to say, no, I'm not following this law. And this is where you start to get into Bible and religion. You know, you are saying, I will obey Caesar, but there is a higher law, and that is God's law, whoever your God is, you know. And people will, and this is why religious can get away with it, is that the state is one level of law, but there is a higher authority. And what the state is trying to do is take the position of God, if you like, and say we are the highest authority. You've always got the right to say, no, there is a higher authority, and my conscience says I shouldn't do that, and I can do this, you know, I can protest if I want. Can I just finish with this, and just to sort of make it quite clear that we do have common law rights. So, you know, you were saying about, do I have to give my name? You have a common law right to remain silent. And it's very similar to the American Constitution. The American Constitution was written to protect them from government, for, you know, enforce governance. That was what the Constitution was for. And enshrined in our legal framework, we do have similar, if not written, sort of laws and constitutions. We do have similar what they call common law rights. So this is quite unique to the UK. So let me just read this to you, just to sort of get this over to you. And this is not from some conspiracy theorist book. You know, this is, if you go to law school, this is what you'll be learning. This is Cambridge University Press. You know, this is what legal students will be reading. You know, this is yeah, it's called British Government and the Constitution, 6th edition. So it's used in universities. Right, let me just. Regarded from the perspective of international law, the United Kingdom is undoubtedly a state. All right? But our constitutional system has been constructed largely without the use of the concept of the state. In Britain, there is no legal entity called the state, in which powers are vested or to which allegiance or other duties are owed. All right? That's quite a fundamental principle to keep in mind. In Britain, although there is the legal state called the United Kingdom and very often called UK PLC, okay, in terms of international law, the state exists in that sense. But there is no legal entity called the state in the UK, and that's quite a fundamental and quite a privileged position we have in this country. That you have common law rights and that the state, in a sense, doesn't exist. It can't tell you what to do. Right. Yeah. So yes, it is all theory, but once people start applying it, that's then when we can move ahead.
No, it's not theory, Pam. That's fact. That's a fact. Well,
yes,
did somebody say theory?
It's illegal. It might be a legal fact, fact, but it's something that isn't in practice.
Yeah.
No,
applying it is the theory.
Yeah.
Activating it almost.
Yeah, but it's a genuine fact that we do not have a state, you know. So.
It's the House of Commons, isn't it?
No, it's the Crown. The Crown is the, like you said, it's the City of London.
That's scary.
So you have the Crown prosecution. In most cases in this country, the criminal cases are versus the Crown Prosecution Service. Whereas if you go to America, you know, it's different. It's the state of California or state of that. We don't have a state, so it's the Crown Prosecution Service who work on behalf of the City of London. And then the other one that you'll get in criminal cases is Regina versus, or you know, yeah. So they're slightly different.
What were the implications if
But we don't ever have the state of the UK, you know. So.
Yeah, I was trying to find. I was trying to find the bit in here that say that.
I've got a ticket.
There is a section in here that says that the biggest threat to parliamentary sovereignty, in other words, the biggest threat to the UK Parliament being able to tell you and I what is law and what's legal and what not legal, is not from insiders, politicians trying to change things. It says in here the biggest threat to parliamentary sovereignty is common law and common law radicals. So if you can understand your common law rights as a sovereign human being, and it really is that simple, is that you have a right to live, you have a right to be, and as that leaflet explains, you know, you have a right to live free, and so does everybody else.
Is this based on common law then, this one?
That's more sort of American, but the principles still apply. It talks about the state.
Okay.
And basically explains in there how you can quite confidently say the state does not exist. Even in countries where they do have legal states, the state cannot exist. It's not a
living being.
It's not a thing. There is no such thing as the state.
So
yeah, understand your.
Exist as if it's assumed upon us, and if we accept that assumption, then we've made a contract.
Yes,
it's a bit like a God. If you believe in him,
yes,
if you don't.
And that's what they completely rely on, is our belief, our naivety. And as I say, you don't need to understand all the laws of Parliament. You just need to understand the very basic principle of who you are, and then you can stand up to parliamentary sovereignty, because you know that you are a sovereign being yourself. So it doesn't need, you know, that's sort of going a bit off cue here and a bit further ahead. But, you know, the revolution doesn't need big leaders, the revolution doesn't need big changes, it doesn't need legal people, it just needs everybody to wake up and realise who they are and stop giving their allegiance to Parliament or the sovereign or the state, yeah, and the revolution will just happen. It won't need leadership.
So how are the free men getting on in the courts?
Yeah. Not very good.
Not very good, and it's bound to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What will happen to us when it does happen?
We'll all be free when the revolution comes.
And what will happen to them?
Well, this is what I've always said.
And go and live on another planet.
Probably starve to death like lions.
Roger Hayes didn't do too well, did he?
No. They've got jobs, they've got, you know, obligations, this, that. They're in the system and they feel like they can't get out.
Modern day slavery.
But and this is why,
Enslaved now with DSA.
you know, you go to protests like you know, like the Barton Moss and Balkan and stuff like that, and you think, well, there's not many people here, you know, and there's not, you know, not many protesters. But
Go down to the bones of the thing.
you know, it never gets me down, Civil Fox, because I know that, you know, for every one person that's there, there's 100 who would love to be there.
Social network.
But you know, until something drastic happens, then they'll come out of the woodwork, and then it will just happen. You know, you might think it's only a small movement, but there are loads of people out there who know, who can't say anything because of their job.
Whether they're activated or not activated.
Yeah, but without all them people in the background helping, you can't do the frontline stuff, you know. So everybody, even if they brought just a tin of beans, you know, or something, or said like on, you know, I used to say thank you, you know, because like without you, I can't do what I do. I can't stay on the front line. I need tents, I need sleeping bags, and you know, I need food, water, you know, and they provide all that kind of stuff, and so you have to like say thank you, because they feel like you said, everybody on different layers. You've got the legal people, you've got the people who work in anonymous hacking computers, you've got, you know, people who sit on social networks signing petitions. You've got, you know, you've got people who turn up bringing food, water, taking rubbish away, you know. So everybody's working on all these different levels, and so if you've only got 20 or 30 people here like this, there's still, you know, there is another 2,000 or 3,000 out there actually physically doing stuff, you know, but they're not here in, you know, but the presence is felt by the protectors, not protesters. Yeah. We are protectors.
But even if there is a revolution, they'll control how it comes out. Well, that's what they want to do.
Well, the genie is out of the bottle. Genie is out of the bottle. It might have been a manipulation, but it's out.
It's out. You can't go back in again. Once it's, you know, once you've seen something, you can't unsay it. So.
Yeah. You've got to realise there's a whole other dimension out there that they're exploring that we can't. We're not being given the right knowledge. We're given a second-hand knowledge.
Thank you.
We'll have horrible